All right, we are live. So, welcome to today's episode. I am Fran Loebscher, and with me is Kat Krasilnikov. And we're super excited to be here today and to talk about something that you may think is hard to come by, but is actually the cheapest resource that is out there, and how to, just like the title of this says, how to use it wisely. Shall I let them know what it is?
Sure, go
The
for it.
thing that actually most people think is the thing that they want so badly, and the thing that they find that they think is hard to come by is money. And money is just, it's numbers, it's renewable, it's always flowing. It is just, it's energy. Um, and it is not hard to come by unless you make it that way. Unless you unless you make it that it is something that is difficult to come by. Because if you make it something that it is something too difficult to come by, then it will be. But if you listen in today, then you will discover that it is very easy to come by. Um, Things that are hard to come by, things that are difficult. I mean, one of them, for me, the most expensive resource is time.
Mhm.
The most expensive resource is time, because that's something that you can never, ever, ever get back.
Or life.
We And life, and we take it for granted. We go through. I've gone off on a tangent again, as I always do, but we go through our days blindly, without purpose, without intention,
On
um,
autopilot.
drudgingly on autopilot, just thinking, okay, well, let me get up, you know, go to the bathroom, go make my coffee, get in the shower, check the emails, check everything, get angry about people, get pissed off with your kids
Oh, we're
because,
habitual beings.
yeah, and you are wasting, I'm going to say wasting the most precious resource that we have in our lives, and that is time.
Yeah. Well, I'm also gonna challenge that, Fran,
Okay.
because I think that our most precious resource is energy.
Yeah.
I actually used to think that it's time, but if you think about it, if you know how to generate energy on demand, you can actually slow down time.
Yes.
Whether it sounds like woo woo or some weird stuff, I used to think it that way. But now I'm a true believer that our energy is the most precious resource of all. But what we're going to talk about today, and I actually want to challenge your guys' belief about money. And if you change how you think about money and how you can use it to amplify your other resources channels like energy, time, health, relationships, right? So that you never run out of energy. So we want to challenge your way of thinking about money. I'm going to repeat myself. So that you use the most cheapest resource, which we call money, in order to generate almost unlimited amounts, although we have limited amount of time, generate more precious resources, let's put it that way. And let me know, guys, when I tell you that money is the cheapest resource, what what do you think? What comes for you?
Yeah.
Do you think like I don't agree with this? How come? Money need to be earned. It's not easy. We have to go to work. We have to spend time. Da 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 da.
It's hard to come
Whatever,
by. Yeah.
whatever you thinking, we want you just to be aware of it. When I say money is the cheapest resource of them all. So I actually heard that phrase from someone else not long time ago, and it grabbed my attention because somewhere in deep subconscious mind, I wasn't agreeing with that. Kind of like in my consciousness, because I already learned so much, done so much, I was like, yeah, that makes total sense. Money is the cheapest resource, although majority of people treating it like it's the most expensive one. Like we hold on to our
Holding on
money,
to it.
we're
Yeah.
trying to save it. And I'm not trying to tell you like go spend all your savings or go buy Louis Vuitton bag or whatever. I think that's actually waste. Whatever. But it's just my opinions. But majority of people treating money is that the most precious thing that they have, and it happens subconsciously. We're not even aware that that's what we think about money and that's how we treat it. But if you think that money is the most precious resource and you're holding on to it, you're trying to save it, you're not spending it on your life that's going on right now, or you kind of like sacrifice things that you could be doing right now for later, and putting money away so later. And it's understandable. A lot of us live in this scarcity world where like your retirement is not guaranteed, so we have to save for it right now. I understand that part, but the belief that money is the most precious resource or expensive resource, most valuable resource, was challenged for me. And I realized that it's actually the cheapest resource of them all. So, what do we mean by that? Let us know, guys. What do you think about money?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, it's the most renewable resource, it's unlimited. Yes, some people have more access to this resource than others, but this is all changeable. Like you can change how you earn money. You can figure out how to have passive income. You can figure out how to have multiple streams of income. You can figure out how not to get paid for your time, but get paid for your knowledge. How to leverage time, right? So that actually, me and friend both used to be in the working environment, in the service center, serving people with our time and skills, right?
Mhm.
But then we decided, you know what? Time is more precious than money. And we decided to figure out how to have a passive income so we can have more time available to us and more money without spending our time. And we've achieved that goal in as little probably as 2, 3 years.
The other thing, and you mentioned it earlier, is that when people think of money as being such a scarce resource, and often it's if you've grown up with if you've grown up not having a lot of money in the home, and not having access to money, is it when you get it that you hold on to it, that you don't let it flow, but actually money flows. Money is like energy, and money flows. And when you give money away, more money will flow to you. You're telling the universe that, um, I have more to give, and the more that you give, you open the channels to receiving more. Um, but when you hold on to it, it's like you're closing that channel off. It's like you're closing the channels off to receiving more abundance in your life. Um, and I don't like to think of it like, if I give somebody this, I'm going to receive this in return. I may give because I want to give and know that the universe will give back to me from somewhere else. It doesn't
And it
always.
doesn't have to be with money. It can be
No.
with it could be new relationship, like a new person in your life that will be a delight to be around, that will boost your energy, boost your inspiration, give you new ideas, new, I don't know, energy. And that will it can change your life completely, and it will be worth so much more money that you gave away.
Yeah.
So I kind of like want you guys to understand that money is energy, right? The more, and I'm not trying to say you have to spend all your money to get it back in multiple ways, which is kind of true, which is kind of, it happens. Uh, but now, a lot of times when unexpected expense for me comes in, it happens all the time. It's life, right? Something in the house can break down. Someone from the kids can, need something to buy or whatever. Car troubles, house appliances troubles, unexpected healthcare bills. In the States, it's usually more than in Europe. So life can show up demanding more money from you in any form. And a lot of times when it happens unexpectedly, we get scared. Like, oh my gosh, when it's going to end? Why is this happen to me? Why money is always like the universe sucking money out of me? And it's true. And it's not trying to suck the money out of you. It's your energy. So it demands more of your energy in certain area of your life. If you've been neglecting your house, not giving it enough energy or maintenance, it will tell you it's time to pay for that negligence. And usually, money to pay with money is the cheapest way to pay. And so, anytime now when I have this unexpected bill, so to say, I'm grateful that I was faced to pay for my previous negligence with money. It's a lot more cheaper than pay with your health or pay with your time
Yeah.
or with your like nervous system breakdown or with some precious relationships or trust. So we always pay for everything, and we only think that we only paying with money. No, we paying for everything and anything all the time. And if you got opportunity to pay for it with money, oh my gosh, be so grateful.
Yeah, because I want to, you know, often if you don't protect your energy, if you don't look after yourself and protect yourself from stress, from um, things that are stressing you, you may end up getting ill. If you don't protect and spend the time and the energy on relationships, on your marriage, on relationships with your children, then those relationships can break down.
Basically, there's several areas of our life that constantly needs our attention. It's our health and body, it's our finances, it's our relationships, it's our spiritual growth, inner growth, your knowledge, your expertise, whatever. So there's so many there's not so many. I think there's like 6 of them, the major ones that constantly need your attention, and it needs some sort of growth or development or addressing the problems if they have. And if you keep ignoring one area or the other, and a lot of times for us it's either finances, relationships, what else, our own body, a lot of times, right? So if we ignore one of these things, eventually it will give you a bill. And it could be, and I'm trying to say that it will be your best thing if it's going to show up as the money. uh,
Yeah.
you can pay with money, but a lot of times you will have to pay with a lot more precious resources like time, health, or whatever, right? So you get the idea. So when trying to make you we're trying to get you to think in a different way about the money, that it's just the energy, and it also the cheapest way to pay for your negligence in any area of your own life.
It's also, um, because so often people say, well, something is really expensive, and that's often comes to if they are, investing in themselves, whether it is going to school, going to university, or investing in a course for themselves to grow. Um, and they, how's the saying go? Free is the most expensive
Word in
word
marketing.
in marketing. Yeah, because there's no, you're never going to get what you need without investing in yourself. You will never get where you want to go without actually investing in yourself.
Basically, if you have an opportunity to invest in yourself, and it could be a lot of money, because any great programs, they will challenge you with a hefty price tag. But not only this price tag will give you so much, not only information, skills, your personal inner growth,
Mhm.
the wisdom, that it will pay back that investment multiple times fold. But we don't realize that in the beginning, and we think like, well, I can't afford it. We cannot
Can't
not
afford
afford
can't
it.
not afford it.
Because usually what also hefty price tag investment does for us, we get moving.
Yeah, you got
We
skin
get
in the
off
game.
our butts. We start taking action like we mean it. Because if someone sold you an incredible course for, let's say, $100, although it's worth $50,000, I guarantee 99% of people won't open it.
Yeah,
Period.
yeah,
Because we don't value things we don't pay for. So the more you pay, the more you're going to value it, the more action you're going to take, and the more results you will harvest. Does it make sense?
100%. I have bought courses. I have bought courses that I have never opened.
I've been given expensive courses for free
Yeah,
and I've never opened it.
and we have given courses away, expensive courses away for free, and
Those people never showed
those
up.
people didn't show up. And suddenly, when it was nearly time for it to be finished, it was like, "Oh, help, like, let me do something in here." But because they had no s I'm gonna say it, no skin in the game.
No skin in the game.
When they
Exactly.
had no skin in the game, and if you have no skin in the game, you're unlikely to take the action that is needed for you to move, for you to actually move to become the greatest version of you, for you to find that version of you inside that is hiding. It's just fun because you have it all inside of you. You have everything that you need inside of you to achieve whatever it is that you want in life, but you just have to unleash it and find it and discover it. Um, and it's not these things. Yeah, we could teach everything we want for free.
For free. And we actually do. If you combine all of our free videos, you probably can put together one of our most expensive program. But people don't do anything with free information.
So we're giving you all this free information, but actually, how many people are actually going to listen, take action, and pay attention? It's free, and people don't pay
No, we
attention
don't we
to.
don't value free stuff. We think it's, we don't value it. That's just how we humans are. So now let's say it again. Money is the cheapest resource of all of them. How do you feel about that? Does it scare you? Does it make you angry? Does it make you confused? And Are you thinking a little bit differently right now about your own resources and which of them is the most precious one? Like Fran said, for her, it's time. For
Which of
me,
those are you taking for granted? Are you just
yeah.
thinking,
And I've put a lot of my time into earning money and providing for my family until I realized that I'm never going to get that time back. And that money is also gone. And a lot of times we think, well, that's the only way I can earn money, right? By trading my time. No, this is one of the ways. That's not the only way. So we want you to start thinking a little bit differently about your time, about your energy, about your health, and about your money, and about the most important people in your life. Because these are the precious resources that you can't renew once they're gone.
yeah,
But money is always renewable. So, this is kind of like what we were trying to do with this conversation to challenge the way you think about money and give you an idea that if that unexpected expense comes for you, be grateful for it, that you actually were allowed by the universe to pay with money and it's going to be renewed. And if you look at any of your trouble, finance trouble, or whatever, we all had them in life, right?
yeah.
It always worked out.
Does.
Always. You always find money to buy food. You always end up finding money to pay rent. You always end up finding money for the most important things in your life. So it's kind of like I want you to have that inner sense of protection, sort of. You're always taken care of by God or universe. Even when you have financial challenges, you're always going to be taken care of. And when you have that inner sense of security, no matter what's going on in life, that you are not alone, that you're going to figure it out, that money eventually will come, that you have more precious resources available to you than money, you will have the power and strength to find not only money when you need it, but basically anything. Everything is figure outable.
Yeah.
Everything is renewable, so, at some extent. So,
Well, not time.
yeah. So, I'm going to say it many times in the future, money is the cheapest resource. And don't be afraid to use it when you can. This is my message for you today.
And it's a beautiful message. So we'd love to hear your biggest takeaway. And if you don't have it yet, and if you want to learn how to attract more money to you, then grab the Money Magnet Blueprint. It is free.
Although it's free, it's probably our way of expressing gratitude for all the people that's been, following us for a while, learning from us. But if I did had to put a price tag on that, it would be a couple thousands of dollars at least. So, and although we're giving it for free, it becomes more challenging for you guys to use it and make it valuable, like you paid 2 grand for this absolutely free information. So, go grab it, watch the videos, implement, take action, and you will see a huge difference in your energy, in your money situations, in your business, and in your personal life as well.
Lots of love to you. Thanks for watching. And we will see you next time.
Bye.
Everyone.